Can a person get out of a plea if they felt pressured into taking the plea and then they've changed their mind? I'm attorney Kristen Curry. I'm a certified criminal law specialist here in Arizona, and I've been practicing criminal defense for over 26 years. Sometimes people regret that they entered a guilty plea, and they felt pressured into doing it, either by their attorney because the attorney was telling them, you need to take this plea, because if you go to trial, you're going to lose and you're going to go away for a long time. Or maybe they have family members who are putting pressure on them. You need to take the plea. We can't have you go to prison for 10 years. Take this 2-year plea so that you can see your kids, whatever the reasons are. People feel pressure from people and then they regret doing that. But one thing the court does is when a person decides to plead guilty, the court always asks them something to the effect of, did anyone force or threaten you or promise you anything outside of this plea agreement in order to get you to plead guilty? And the person usually says no, because if they said yes, the judge wouldn't take the plea. So assuming they said no, that's the court's way of making sure that this plea is voluntary and of the person's own free will. Now, as an attorney myself, I tell people all the time, you need to take this plea. If I feel that they need to take this plea and I know that it's probably not looking good, if they go to trial, I'm trying to convince them, and that's my job. That doesn't mean they have to take it. If they choose to go to trial against my advice, they have every right to do it. But just because the person feels pressured, that's not the kind of force, threats, or coercion or promises that the court is talking about. Pretty much has to be something really serious. Now, once somebody enters into a plea, it's difficult to get out of it. If it's prior to sentencing, you have to show that it's a manifest injustice in order to get out of the plea. And sometimes people change their mind after they're sentenced. They find out what they're getting, and now they really regret wishing they would have not taken the plea. Or they even years down the line say, I felt pressured at the time. I'd really like to get out of it. Can I get out of it? Well, the problem is there are time limits. There are time limits to do anything when it comes to trying to get out of a conviction. After sentencing, you would have to file a petition for post-conviction relief within 90 days of your sentencing. And then you have to point to specific reasons why you should be given relief. Now, let's say that you made the decision to plead guilty because your attorney gave you advice that didn't turn out to be true. For example, let's say a person is not a resident of the United States, and they were told by their attorney that this particular conviction would not make them deportable, and then it ended up making them deportable. If that decision to accept the plea was because of that advice, and had they known the truth about it, they would not have taken the plea. That's what they would need to prove to the judge in order to get out of the plea. So there are certain circumstances, but it's very difficult. If you have any questions about a plea agreement, getting out of a plea, the time limits for getting out of a plea, then you can contact us by calling, or you can email us at help@azlaw.com.